All right, we go to the Mountain West for a Mountain West matchup on Friday night. San Diego State and Boise State. Boise State 23.5-point home favorites, 56 the total in this game. Be careful with this spot for Boise. They're off the big showdown, the Mountain West battle for first place against UNLV. That was a great football game, by the way. Outstanding, back and forth, tough loss for UNLV. They kind of lost their composure, right? Penalties. They had to burn all their timeouts. That was what killed them at the end. It's just that slow, painful, agonizing death. And Ashton Genty just running the ball down your throat and churning those legs and getting first down after first down after first down. And you have no timeouts to stop the clock for Barry Odom and UNLV on that final drive. And that was all she wrote. They never got the ball back for Haj Malik Williams there in that final, 4 or 5 minutes of the game. That's a painful way to lose. The fact that they just drain that clock with obviously what I think is probably the best running back going in college football right now. Tough loss for UNLV, but a big win for San Diego State. But I don't love the spot here. You're coming off that huge win. And San Diego State under a very good head coach in Sean Lewis. We like Sean Lewis. Did a great job at Kent State. Remember Dustin Crum and those good Kent State teams? They were always one of the better teams in the MAC when he coached there. He got ditched wrongfully, I might add, by Dion. I thought Dion fired him. It was kind of ridiculous. He laid the blame of the offense at Sean Lewis last year, but that gave him the chance to get this job at San Diego State. And it was a rough beginning because he's transforming these players that he inherited from run first, slow, plodding, methodical offense to suddenly we're throwing the ball more and we're playing extremely fast, up tempo. So it's been an adjustment period. They did not start the season very good. They got shut out by Oregon State. They got blown out by Cal. They lose to Central Michigan, but don't look now. They beat Hawaii and Wyoming. You could say they're not great teams, but they win those games against a solid Washington State team last weekend, down to the wire. I thought it was one of their best games, even in a losing effort. 17-point dogs. They lose 29-26, but I thought Danny O'Neal has taken big strides throwing the football for San Diego State, which is what Sean Lewis wants to do in this offense. Jashawn Polk was terrific in that game with 10 receptions. So finally a receiver has emerged in this San Diego State offense. Boise coming off the big win. I can see them being sleepy here. And I see San Diego State a little undervalued right now after the bad start. San Diego State's been competitive lately. 4-0 ATS, San Diego State, their last 4 games. Not to mention, last year at San Diego State, and that was a team that obviously was down and led to the change in coach and Brady Hoke going. But last year, it was a pretty even football game, and Boise escapes 34-31 last year against San Diego State. 65 points, and now you've got a San Diego State team playing even faster, much faster pace on offense. I think the over can hit in this game, but even more than that, I like San Diego State a little bit, and I think I'm going to split it up first half and full game because I think they might catch Boise napping a little bit, especially early coming off the big UNLV win. And remember that Boise defense still, you can throw on them. And remember, Sean Lewis and the new look Aztecs, they're not run first anymore. They're pass first. And what's the issue with Boise? The secondary. We saw it against UNLV. You can throw on that team. That secondary does not cover all that great down the field, the Broncos. They've got some issues. Now, their pass rush is awesome. They can get to the quarterback, but if you protect for your quarterback, you can throw on them a little bit. So I think there's too many points in this spot for Boise State to be laying. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, and you know what? I think UNLV they should have thrown it more. On that. You mentioned the D-line, they could get, a sack to help them out, but I didn't think I think they only threw it 21 times. They were just trying to go at the strength of Boise's defense was against the run. I was kind of like, let's layer it out here a little bit. Yep. Get White, hit him deep. So they need to do that in this one. One thing it just stayed under.
I'm looking at it now, Connor Mack. 35 rush attempts for the run game, 21 pass attempts for Haj Malik Williams. Yeah, I don't agree with that game plan. No.
Well, I think the Rebels need to run it. That they are kind of a run first team for sure. But when you have a defense, a secondary, it's giving up what it was, around there, 280 a game. 270 a game. I just think they could have took advantage of it.
To the opponent sometimes. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure. I want to hit on San Diego State. Yeah, they've been scoring a little bit, and it just stayed under that versus Washington State. Bavano by just a point, half a point, but they've gone over the games before that. The offense is starting to move it. Even the running back Cooper has been a little bit better. And O'Neal. I don't know. Boise always at home, on the Smurf turf is very good. And I think this line's justified. I think if you like Boise, just stick with their team total. It seems to at least have been at home been very good. Like at Hawaii, they didn't get it there, but Washington State, Utah State, different teams, bad defense, but they easily got their team total. I think they could get it on that side for sure.
All right. That is the weeknight college football action in the books.